Hello, my friends. My name is Dr. Michael Reed, and I'm 60 years old. After more than 3 decades working in adult health, especially with people over 50, I've learned something important. True health isn't just about living without illness. It's about having a calm and peaceful mind. Maybe you've had nights like this, your body is tired, but your mind just won't stop running and sleep feels impossible. I understand that feeling. Many of my patients have told me the same thing. And today I want to share with you a gentle little secret that has made a big difference for many people: simply diffusing cinnamon essential oil in your bedroom for 20 to 30 minutes before bedtime. Cinnamon oil carries a warm, comforting fragrance. For centuries, people have used cinnamon to chase away the cold and strengthen their immune system. Modern science now shows that cinnamon contains cinnamaldehyde, a natural compound with antibacterial and anti-inflammatory effects that also helps calm the nervous system. When that fragrance fills your bedroom, it's like a soft, invisible blanket wrapping around you, melting away stress and guiding your body into rest. I want you to picture this. After a long day, you step into your bedroom and the air is lightly scented with cinnamon. It's sweet, warm, and maybe even reminds you of family dinners from years ago, or a fresh pie just out of the oven. That feeling softens the heart, slows your breathing, and invites your body to finally let go. That's the quiet gift cinnamon offers to our sleep. One of my patients, Evelyn, 67, used to lie awake night after night. She had tried many things, but nothing seemed to work. When I suggested she try a diffuser with cinnamon oil, she returned a week later and said, "Doctor, I'm not just sleeping better. I feel like my bedroom has turned into a little retreat." The smile on her face reminded me that sometimes it's the simplest things that create the biggest changes. Science supports this too. Our sense of smell has a direct pathway to the limbic system, the part of the brain that governs memory and emotion. When we breathe in the aroma of cinnamon, the brain receives signals of safety and relaxation. This reduces the overactivity of the sympathetic nervous system, the very system that keeps us tossing and turning with worries at night. In other words, cinnamon isn't a sleeping pill. It's more like a gentle companion, quietly reminding your body it's time to rest. Now, you might be wondering, do I need to spend a lot to try this? The answer is no. All you really need is a small diffuser and a bottle of pure essential oil. What matters most isn't the cost, but the habit you build around it. Think of it as creating a nightly ritual. When you give yourself 20 to 30 minutes of calm before bed, your body begins to recognize that moment as an invitation to sleep. I often tell my older patients this: sleep doesn't come by force. It comes through preparation. Just like a garden, you can't expect flowers to bloom if you don't prepare the soil, water it, and give it care. In the same way, a restful night is the fruit of simple, consistent rituals, and cinnamon oil can be one of those small but powerful rituals, gentle, natural, and deeply effective. And you know what? Beyond supporting sleep, cinnamon also helps cleanse the air. Studies show it has natural antibacterial properties, making your bedroom a fresher, healthier space to rest in. By the time we're in our 50s, 60s, or beyond, our bodies become more sensitive to our environment. That's why keeping your bedroom clean, airy, and lightly scented isn't just pleasant, it's an essential part of self-care. I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you truly paid attention to your sleep environment? Is your bedroom a place where your body can truly restore itself, or is it just a stopover where you crash at night? The answer, my friend, is in your hands. When you turn on the diffuser, dim the lights, and let the warm, sweet aroma of cinnamon fill the room, you're sending a powerful message to your body: I deserve to rest. And trust me, once you allow yourself to relax, sleep will come more naturally, deeper, and more peacefully than before. Being in your 50s, 60s, or even 70s doesn't mean sleepless nights have to be your new normal. We absolutely can reclaim the serenity of a good night's sleep, starting with small, simple changes. Just one drop of cinnamon oil might seem small, but it can open the door to an entire world of calm within your dreams. So if tonight you find yourself tossing and turning, give it a try. Diffuse cinnamon oil 20 to 30 minutes before bed and notice the difference. I believe you'll feel wrapped in an invisible blanket, warm, gentle, and full of peace. There's another reason I often recommend cinnamon in the evenings, especially for older adults, and I think many of you will find this familiar. It's that frustrating pattern of waking up in the middle of the night once, twice, sometimes 3 times. You fall asleep for a few hours, then suddenly wake up restless, unable to drift back into slumber. And come morning, even though you technically slept enough hours, your body feels heavy, drained, and tired. One of the most common culprits: nighttime blood sugar dips. As we age, our bodies don't regulate blood sugar as efficiently as they used to. When levels drop too low at night, the body sends out an alert signal jolting you awake. It doesn't just break your sleep, it can make your heart race, cause night sweats, or leave you with a restless, uneasy feeling. And this is where cinnamon can be a reliable friend. Research shows it helps stabilize blood sugar, slows the release of glucose, and improves insulin sensitivity. Put simply, cinnamon acts like a conductor, keeping your blood sugar orchestra in harmony all night long, preventing sudden spikes and dips that disrupt your rest. I remember one of my patients, Robert, a 72-year-old gentleman who often complained about waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning. He told me, "Doctor, it feels like something yanks me out of my dreams. I'm exhausted, but I can't fall back asleep." After some tests, we found his blood sugar was fluctuating heavily overnight. I suggested he add a little cinnamon to his evening routine, sprinkled on oatmeal or a warm cup of cinnamon tea before bed. Within just a few weeks, he returned with a smile. "I'm finally sleeping through the night, and I wake up feeling refreshed instead of drained." What I really want to emphasize here is this: sleep isn't just about closing your eyes. It's closely tied to the body's inner balance, especially blood sugar. And cinnamon, thanks to its natural properties, can help keep that balance steady through the night. Have you ever noticed that on nights when you wake up, you sometimes crave something sweet? That's your body's way of trying to make up for low blood sugar. But instead of reaching for sugary snacks in the middle of the night, which only hurt your health in the long run, why not let cinnamon support you from the start? Science has shown that cinnamon contains polyphenols, especially a compound called methyl hydroxychalcone polymer, which helps your cells respond better to insulin. This makes blood sugar metabolism much smoother, preventing the sharp ups and downs that often lead to sleeplessness. To put it simply, cinnamon acts like a seasoned driver, keeping the steering wheel steady on the winding road of the night. Here's something interesting: when blood sugar stays stable, sleep becomes deeper. Think about how children often sleep straight through the night so peacefully. A big part of that is because their bodies regulate blood sugar so efficiently. By the time we reach our 50s, 60s, or 70s, this mechanism weakens, and that's when we need helpers like cinnamon to keep everything running in rhythm. That's why I often tell my patients, make cinnamon a small part of your evening routine. You don't need much, just a little in your herbal tea or a sprinkle on some fruit, and you may notice a difference. And if you combine it with diffusing cinnamon essential oil in your bedroom, the effects are even stronger. On one hand, the aroma calms your nervous system. On the other, the flavor works inside your body to steady blood sugar. Together, they create the perfect harmony for restful sleep. Now, I'd like you to imagine this. It's 10 p.m., and your bedroom is filled with the warm, gentle scent of cinnamon. Inside your body, cinnamon is quietly doing its job, keeping your blood sugar steady. You sleep soundly through the night, no more tossing, no more staring at the clock at 2 a.m. Instead, you wake up in the morning feeling light, refreshed, as if your energy has been fully renewed. That's exactly what I hope for every one of my patients, and for you as well. Because restful sleep isn't a luxury, it's our right at any age. As long as we learn to listen to our bodies and choose natural, gentle methods, like cinnamon, sleep no longer feels like a battle. It becomes a journey back to peace. So if you're in your 50s, 60s, or beyond, let me ask you, how long has it been since you've had a night of uninterrupted sleep from dusk till dawn? Give cinnamon a chance to walk with you, and one morning you may find yourself smiling, realizing you've finally reclaimed that full restorative rest. There's one more simple habit I often recommend to my patients, and it's something I practice myself: a warm cup of milk with a touch of cinnamon before bed. It may sound simple, but its benefits are truly remarkable. Milk has always been a drink tied to comfort and peace. Do you remember those childhood nights when your mother would hand you a warm glass of milk before bed? That warmth wasn't just from the temperature, it was from the feeling of safety, of being loved and cared for. As we grow older, we sometimes forget that our bodies still need small rituals like this to be soothed. Now, when you combine milk with just a touch of cinnamon, something truly special happens. Milk contains tryptophan, an amino acid that helps the body produce serotonin. Serotonin is often called the happiness hormone, and from serotonin, your body goes on to make melatonin, the very hormone that regulates sleep. That's why a warm cup of milk with cinnamon can make you feel naturally sleepy. No pills, no forcing yourself to rest. One of my patients, Linda, 65, used to dread nighttime. She told me, "Doctor, I'm afraid of going to bed because I know I'll just toss and turn staring at the clock." I suggested a simple ritual: warm up a cup of low-fat milk, add half a teaspoon of cinnamon, stir it gently, and sip it slowly before bed. A few weeks later, she called me and said, "I actually look forward to bedtime now. It feels like a little ceremony that tells my body it's time to rest." But that's not all. Cinnamon is packed with antioxidants which slow down cellular aging. Paired with the proteins and vitamins in milk, it can even support skin health, keeping it brighter and stronger, something all of us care about in our 50s and 60s. I often joke with my patients, not only will you sleep better, but you might even wake up looking a little younger. There's another benefit too: immune support. As we reach midlife, our defenses naturally weaken. Cinnamon, with its antibacterial properties combined with the nutrients in milk, acts like a gentle shield, protecting the body from harm. In the winter months, especially, a warm cinnamon milk before bed not only helps you drift off more easily, but also keeps your body warm and reduces the risk of colds. Have you ever wondered why simple habits often bring more lasting benefits than medication? It's because medicine usually targets the symptom, while natural routines help the body restore balance on its own. A warm cup of milk with cinnamon doesn't force you to sleep, it quietly whispers, "It's time to let go." And sometimes that gentle nudge is exactly what we need. I want to emphasize something important: turn it into a ritual. When you repeat this act every night, pouring the milk, adding the cinnamon, stirring slowly, lifting the cup, and taking small sips, your body and mind begin to recognize it. They learn this is the step that prepares me for rest. Such a ritual nourishes not only the body but also the soul. Another patient of mine, James, 70, once told me he often felt lonely at night. But after making a habit of preparing cinnamon milk, he said his evenings felt warmer, almost as if he had a companion. He told me, "It's not just milk, it's a reminder that I deserve to rest and to care for myself." If you're looking for a natural way to sleep better, have brighter skin, and build lasting health, start with this simple habit. No fuss, no expense, just a warm cup of milk, a pinch of cinnamon, and a few quiet minutes before bed. I want you to imagine tonight you sit at your table, the light is soft, and in your hand is a cup of milk with the sweet aroma of cinnamon. You take a sip, and the gentle warmth flows through your body down into your belly. Your mind settles. Your eyes begin to close. And when you lie down, sleep comes to you like an old friend you haven't seen in a while. At 50, 60, or 70 years old, we all deserve evenings like this: peaceful calm, free from stress or struggle. Just a cup of cinnamon milk, but within it lies care, serenity, and the faith that each new day will begin with a healthier body and a clearer mind. There's another very simple way to bring cinnamon into your daily life, one that I believe anyone can try tonight. Just sprinkle a little cinnamon on your dinner. It could be on a bowl of oatmeal, a cup of yogurt, or simply a few slices of your favorite fruit. Small as it seems, the impact is often deeper than most people expect. I still remember one of my patients, Susan, who is now 68. She often felt bloated after dinner, making it uncomfortable to lie down and rest. She once told me, "I finish dinner and feel so heavy I toss and turn for hours." I suggested she try adding half a teaspoon of cinnamon to her yogurt after dinner. And within just a week, she came back and told me that she no longer felt bloated and sleep came to her much more easily. You see, cinnamon isn't just a spice. It carries compounds that support digestion and ease bloating, one of the silent enemies of good sleep. When your stomach feels at ease, your breathing softens, and only then can your body truly enter a restful state. Let me paint another picture. You prepare a small plate of fruit in the evening, some apple slices, maybe a bit of banana, and you dust a thin layer of cinnamon on top. When you take a bite of apple, the sweet freshness of the fruit blends with the warm, comforting aroma of cinnamon. Instantly, your mind relaxes. Your heartbeat slows just a little. That tiny moment itself becomes a signal. It's time to let go. What's fascinating is that recent studies show cinnamon helps stabilize blood sugar levels throughout the night. Did you know one of the reasons many older adults wake up in the middle of the night is because their blood sugar drops too quickly? By adding a little cinnamon to your dinner, it helps maintain steady blood sugar levels and reduces those unwanted awakenings. A natural mechanism, no medicine required, yet remarkably effective. Another patient of mine, Robert, age 72, once said, "Doctor, I can't remember the last time I slept straight through the night." After hearing my advice, he began sprinkling cinnamon on his evening bowl of oatmeal. Within just a few nights, he was surprised he woke up less often, and in the morning he felt lighter, more refreshed. But the benefits don't stop there. The polyphenols in cinnamon also have anti-inflammatory effects, helping the body recover faster from joint pain, a struggle many people over 60 know all too well. When your digestion is soothed, when your joints ache less, and when your blood sugar is steady, the whole body feels as though it has been reset into balance. And from that balance, sleep can finally arrive naturally, deeply, and without interruption. You may be wondering, can just a little cinnamon really make that much of a difference? I want you to remember that sometimes the biggest changes begin with the smallest steps. A pinch of cinnamon, a new habit, a simple evening ritual. They are like seeds. Each night you plant one, and over time you'll see a garden of peace blooming in your sleep. Let me also give a gentle reminder: if you plan to use cinnamon regularly, choose Ceylon cinnamon. It has lower levels of coumarin, making it safer for your liver and kidneys in the long run. Just half a teaspoon each evening is enough to notice the difference. I've seen many of my patients, after adding this simple practice, not only sleep better but also feel lighter in their bodies, brighter in their spirits, and even notice healthier looking skin. It may sound like magic, but truly, it's just your body being restored to its natural state, smooth digestion, good circulation, and a relaxed nervous system. So tonight, as you prepare your dinner, try adding just a little cinnamon. Think of it as a small gift for yourself. As you sit down and enjoy that warm, comforting flavor, let the cinnamon do its work, calming your body, easing your worries, and guiding you into deep, restorative sleep. At 50, 60, or even 70, we don't need anything complicated. What we truly need is something simple yet genuine, and sometimes it's already sitting right there on our kitchen shelf. A small sprinkle of cinnamon on your evening meal and a peaceful night will follow. This becomes even more important as we move into our 50s, 60s, and beyond. Because one of the greatest concerns many people share as they age isn't only restless nights, it's memory decline, the fear that the mind won't stay as sharp as it once was. Many patients have told me they worry about forgetting the names of their grandchildren or losing track of what they were doing in the middle of a task. Did you know that cinnamon contains compounds like polyphenols and cinnamaldehyde, which act like shields against free radicals, the silent culprits that damage brain cells? When your neurons are protected, the aging process slows down and your memory and focus are preserved for longer. I once had a patient named Linda who is now 70. She had always been active, but in recent years she often complained that her mind wasn't as sharp as before. After adding a warm cup of cinnamon milk to her nightly routine, she noticed she felt more alert in the mornings, her mind clearer, her memory sharper. She even told me she felt like she had regained the mental clarity of her 50s. For the brain, cinnamon is like a quiet but patient friend. It soothes inflammation in the blood vessels of the brain, allowing blood to circulate more freely. This means oxygen and nutrients can nourish the brain more effectively, helping it function smoothly and with endurance. I often tell my patients adding a bit of cinnamon to your meals is not just about better sleep, it's also about caring for your memory so you can keep enjoying conversations, reading books, and recalling precious memories with your children and grandchildren clearly. At this stage of life, nothing is more valuable than a sharp mind and a peaceful night's sleep. And how fortunate it is that cinnamon, a humble spice in the kitchen, can offer us both. Think about it: each evening when you sip a cup of cinnamon milk or sprinkle some over your oatmeal, you're not only preparing yourself for restful sleep, you're also quietly giving your brain the protection it needs. It's like a close friend who stands silently by your side, supporting you through the years. So don't wait until your memory begins to fade to try to hold on to it. Begin now with small, simple, but consistent habits. Just a pinch of cinnamon may very well be the key to sleeping deeply while staying clear-minded and living more fully in your later years. By the time we reach our 50s, 60s, or even 70s, our bodies aren't as resilient as they once were. The cold of the night can bring stiffness to our knees, aches to our backs and shoulders, and those quiet, persistent pains often become the reason our sleep is broken. I remember one patient, Robert, age 68, who once told me, "Doctor, I'm not afraid of insomnia. What I fear are the joint pains that wake me up at night and won't let me fall back asleep." That's when I suggested he try a cup of cinnamon tea with ginger and honey in the evenings. After just a few weeks, Robert said he felt a difference. His body felt warmer, the aches eased, and most wonderfully, he slept straight through the night. Ginger, of course, is well known for its anti-inflammatory effects for warming the body and for supporting digestion. When combined with cinnamon-rich and antioxidants, the two create a natural harmony. And honey adds a gentle touch, offering light energy while also boosting serotonin in the brain, the hormone that brings relaxation and happiness. Picture this. A quiet evening, you sit in your cozy kitchen breathing in the warm fragrance of cinnamon ginger honey tea. As you bring the cup to your lips, the spicy warmth and gentle sweetness spread through your body. The chill outside seems to melt away, replaced by a deep inner warmth. Your body relaxes, your joints feel as though they've been gently oiled, and your mind begins to slow down. For many of my older patients, I've seen how this drink is more than just something to help them sleep. It becomes a kind of evening ritual, a meaningful pause before stepping into the world of rest. Much like preparing a small travel bag before a long journey, a cup of cinnamon ginger honey tea is the little preparation for a peaceful night ahead. And you know, science has also shown that both ginger and cinnamon can improve blood circulation. When blood flows well, oxygen and nutrients reach every cell, especially the brain and the heart. As a result, not only does sleep improve, but overall health becomes more resilient too. The truth is, sometimes the secret to better sleep and healthier living doesn't come from expensive pills or complicated therapies. It can be found in something as simple as a warm cup of tea in your own kitchen. What truly matters is whether you allow yourself to pause, enjoy it, and make it a part of your daily life. Perhaps you've experienced this, waking up in the middle of the night, unable to fall back asleep, and suddenly a wave of hunger hits. You go to the fridge, grab a pastry or a few snacks. They taste good in the moment, but by morning your body feels heavy and your sleep is even poorer. Cinnamon. This humble little spice can help us break free from that habit. By stabilizing blood sugar, cinnamon reduces those false hunger signals. At night, the very ones that cause many people to gain unwanted weight. A lighter body free from excess fat naturally leads to better sleep and more refreshing mornings. I remember one of my patients, Margaret, 65 years old. She confided in me that for years she would wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning just to snack, and her weight kept climbing out of control. After adding a nightly routine of warm cinnamon milk, she noticed she rarely craved midnight snacks anymore. Over time, she lost more than 9 pounds in just a few months. But what made her happiest wasn't the weight loss, it was waking up each morning with a clear mind and a lighter spirit. You see, good sleep and healthy weight are deeply connected. When you sleep deeply, the hormones that regulate hunger and fullness stay in balance. On the other hand, poor sleep increases the hormones that trigger appetite, leading to overeating at night. Cinnamon, by supporting stable blood sugar and calming the nervous system, helps break that vicious cycle. So if you're searching for a natural way to both sleep deeply and maintain a healthy weight, cinnamon can be a wonderful companion. Just a sprinkle at dinner or a warm cup of tea can bring long-lasting change. Imagine waking up each morning after a peaceful night's sleep, stepping out onto your balcony, taking in a fresh breath of morning air, and feeling light in your body and clear in your mind. That's the reward cinnamon brings, a simple reward, yet far more valuable than any sleeping pill. Have you ever gone to bed with your heart racing, your mind running like it's in a marathon, and worries flooding your chest? That's when our sympathetic nervous system, the body's fight or flight mode, gets overstimulated, keeping us in a state of high alert. And of course, that is the exact opposite of what sleep requires. The scent of cinnamon may seem like nothing more than a pleasant aroma, But in truth, it touches a very special part of the brain, the limbic system, the center of emotion and memory. When the limbic system is soothed, the body begins to signal safety, the heartbeat slows, and breathing becomes deeper. In that very moment, it feels as if you're being wrapped in peace, gently drifting into sleep. One of my patients, Eleanor, 72, once told me that although she went to bed early, she simply couldn't relax. Her mind was filled with worries about her children and her husband's health, keeping her restless through the night. After I suggested she tried diffusing cinnamon essential oil before bed, she told me that the warm fragrance carried her back to her childhood kitchen, sitting by the fireplace, surrounded by the smell of freshly baked cinnamon cookies. Just a single breath was enough to calm her mind, anchor her in the present, and ease her into a peaceful sleep. Science confirms this too. The aromatic molecules in cinnamon essential oil, when inhaled, travel directly to the brain through the olfactory nerve, reaching the limbic system. This explains why a simple scent can shift emotions, dissolve anxiety, and create a sense of calm. I want you to imagine this: a quiet room, no noise, just soft light, and the warm fragrance of cinnamon spreading through the air. Your heart slows, your mind stops racing, and every muscle begins to loosen. That is more than just sleep. It's a journey back to inner serenity. Over the years, I've realized that for older adults, restful sleep doesn't always come from medical solutions alone. Often what's needed are small, healing moments for the heart. And cinnamon, with its natural fragrance, serves as a gentle bridge carrying us from daily worries to the peaceful land of sleep. You see, cinnamon is not just a spice tucked away in the kitchen. It is a quiet companion, helping us move through long nights with more ease. From a warm cup of cinnamon milk to ginger honey cinnamon tea that warms the body, or even a sprinkle over your evening oatmeal, each one sends a tender message to your body. It's time to rest. Cinnamon steadies blood sugar, helping to prevent those midnight awakenings. It protects nerve cells, reduces inflammation, and keeps memory sharp. It also helps manage weight, calms digestion, supports immunity, and above all, brings peace of mind before sleep. I've witnessed many of my patients regain deep, refreshing sleep after years of struggle simply by adding this small nightly ritual with cinnamon, and I believe you can feel the same. Try to picture this. Tomorrow morning, you open the window, take a deep breath, and feel light in your body, clear in your mind. No lingering fatigue, only a sense of vitality and renewal. That is the gift of quality sleep. And cinnamon may be the small key that unlocks that door for you. So choose the way that feels right for you, diffusing cinnamon oil in your bedroom, sipping a warm cup of milk, or sprinkling a little cinnamon on your evening meal, and keep at it for a few days. I truly believe you'll notice the difference. And if you find this sharing helpful, don't forget to leave a comment about your own experience, because who knows, your story might be the encouragement someone else needs on their journey to better sleep. I'm Dr. Michael Reed. Thank you for listening. I wish you a truly deep sleep and a peaceful, refreshing morning.